Hello friends, welcome. Today, I'm going to share a story with you that's a bit strange, a bit funny, but also quite surprising. I'm going to tell you about the moment when I faced an unexpected truth about my brother. This event made me laugh, but also made me think. I hope you can take something away from this story too. Let's begin. My relationship with my brother has always been great. When we were kids, we played games together and supported each other. He was always the quieter, more reserved one, while I was more talkative and social. But as we grew older, we became even closer. Years passed, and we both focused on our own lives, but the bond between us never broke. This story is about a truth that emerged during a conversation, a truth that completely shocked me. Recently, we were sitting together as a family, chatting. Somehow, the conversation turned to the mischievous things we used to do. As we reminisced about how we used to troll each other as kids, we started teasing each other. The conversation eventually shifted to our physical features. At that point, my brother said something, but I didn't quite understand. "I've always been different from what you think," he said. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then his expression made me wonder. Was he implying something, or was he just joking? The next day, I brought it up again. "What did you mean yesterday?" I asked. My brother tried to laugh it off, but eventually he couldn't resist and confessed. "You know, people always misunderstand me. I'm actually much bigger than you think," he said. I still didn't fully understand what he meant. "How can you prove that?" I asked. That's when I experienced one of the most interesting moments of my life. My brother turned to me seriously and said, "If you want, you'll find out one day." That sentence stayed with me. One day somehow I would learn this truth. By chance, we went to a gym event. That day, everything was revealed. After the workout, we were in the locker room together. And that moment, I truly understood what he meant. I couldn't believe my eyes. We all thought of him as physically different, but the reality was the complete opposite. I was filled with mixed emotions. I was shocked, even a little embarrassed, but at the same time, I felt proud. This event taught me something. Judging people by their appearance is very wrong. My brother was much more different and special than I had thought. And I don't just mean physically, I mean in every way. Learning this truth about my brother only increased my love and respect for him. We all in some way learn something from each other. In life, things can be very different from what they seem. After discovering this truth about my brother, the questions in my mind just kept growing. I thought I had known him for years, but I realized I had overlooked many aspects of him. Now I wanted to talk to him on a deeper level and strengthen the bond between us. One evening, we took our tea and sat on the balcony. I got straight to the point. "You know, after knowing you for so long, it feels a little strange that I never noticed some things. Did you always keep these things hidden from us?" My brother chuckled lightly at first, then started speaking with a serious expression. "Don't get me wrong, but people often form opinions from the outside. I've gotten used to that. But everyone's inner world is very different, and that's something you need to understand." These words made me think, and it only increased my curiosity. I continued, "So, what else are you hiding? Is there something else you want to tell me?" That's when I learned another unexpected part of his life. It turned out that my brother had been interested in some hobbies that he had never shared with anyone. For instance, besides spending time at the gym, he had a hidden talent: sculpting. Yes, you heard that right. Sculpting. At first I couldn't believe it. A person so quiet and reserved showing such creativity left me completely amazed. "Do you really sculpt? You never told us," I said. He smiled and replied, "Yes, I do. But it's my way of spending time with myself. The reason I never shared it is that I only do it for myself." The next day, he took me to his workshop. I was blown away by what I saw. The sculptures he had created were not only a display of talent, but also emotional depth. Each sculpture told a story. One depicted a memory from our childhood, while another reflected a funny moment from one of our family meals. "Why didn't you share these sculptures with us?" I asked. "Because sometimes people might criticize something without understanding its value. For me, this is a very personal space," he explained. That day, I not only discovered a physical truth about my brother, but also uncovered his emotional and spiritual world. As I walked among his sculptures, I understood how deep of a person he really was. After that, my relationship with my brother completely changed. We no longer only talked about mundane things, but delved into conversations that went to the depths of life. His sculptures had such an impact on me that I told him he should display them. At first, he hesitated, but eventually he agreed. We opened an exhibition. That day, I was so proud of my brother, I can't even describe it. People's admiration for his art once again proved how valuable the parts of him he kept hidden truly were. The most important lesson I learned from this story is this: when you think you know someone, you're actually only seeing the surface. It takes more effort to dig deeper. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it made you think a little. If you've encountered surprising people in your family or circle, feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. We can all learn from each other's stories. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next story.